What is up, guys? Sarcasm here, and today I have for you guys an 111 kill game using the 870 MCS shotgun. And this gameplay is honestly one of, if not the best, Black Ops 2 gameplays that I have seen to date. This gameplay is extremely fast paced. There's a lot of rushing, and you will see that the player El Pollo Loco, whom I will link in the description, he was one of the best shotgun players in Modern Warfare 3 in my opinion, probably the best I would say, and he's definitely going strong in Black Ops 2 with the shotguns. As you can see here, he already has his 870 MCS gold, and he's extremely effective with it. So throughout the majority of this game, he does do an extremely good job of controlling the engagement, and that is where you can see that he is really his strong point. You know, you see some gunfights where he is about to get into, but he sees that he's getting overwhelmed, or it's just overall not a good position for him, so he decides to back off and, you know, wait for the proper timing. And that's part of using the shotguns. That's something that is extremely necessary. You can't just go like balls to the wall just like he is right here, and he kind of slipped up there a little bit, but you know, we all make mistakes, and overall this was a really good gameplay. He gets 32 kills in the first round, so that's, you know, I would say average. That's not too special, but the ridiculous part of this gameplay is that he gets 79 kills the second round. So that is really mind-blowing for me. That 79 kills is ridiculous for one round of domination. So he played this extremely well, and just before he died, a couple kills off of his first swarm, so he could have had that, and he gets one later on, so he would have had two this game, but instead he only had one, and obviously that could have been a big factor. You know, he could have got a lot more kills. The swarm in this game is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, guys, so right here you see that he's going through the middle of the map. Now, of course, he does make a mistake there, but okay, so I usually say in Call of Duty that you want to stay on the edges of the map, but there are some times when you are using certain setups that require you to kind of not use that strategy. You want to try something different. For example, with the shotguns on the map Raid, which is the map that he's playing right now, it's really difficult to go around the outside edges of the map, because the outside is where most of the long lines of sight are. So you want to kind of avoid that as much as possible, except if you see that there are teammates in the area that will be able to hopefully kind of support you on your way there. And you see he kind of goes on a little bit of a cold streak over here. He dies a couple of times in a row, but he just gets right back into it, and you know, he just gets back onto the slaying. So yeah, he's conversing through mostly the middle area of the map, and that's where, you know, he tends to do the best from what I've seen. So, you know, that's what you really want to do, and you got to use all the pieces of cover on the map. Black Ops 2 is extremely cover friendly, extremely defensive player friendly, and don't get me wrong, you can rush. It's possible at times, like El Pollo is doing in this game, and he's doing extremely effectively. And yeah, but it caters to a lot of defensive players. So to avoid this, you know, there's always going to be players sitting behind a rock, sitting behind a random head glitch, a staircase, whatever. But as a rusher, first of all, you have to pick and choose the moments that you rush. You can't just go full on rushing 100% of the time in this game. It's just not going to work. But when you do decide to rush, you want to kind of methodically move between the pieces of cover, as you see here. He wants to restrict the amount of long lines of sight that he exposes himself to, and I think El Pollo does a great job of that in this game, and he uses the cover to essentially wall bounce between each piece of cover, if that makes sense. I know this isn't Gears of War, and that is a Gears of War term, in case you guys didn't know, but I basically mean in the sense that you want to move from piece of cover to piece of cover so that you're out in the open and you're exposed as little as possible, and that's something that he does extremely well, not only through this gameplay, because I play with him a lot. He's a really good buddy of mine, so once again, be sure to check out his channel. His link will be in the description, but he does do this a lot. He's overall a great player, and I do learn a lot just from watching him and playing with him, and you know, kind of learning his playstyle through playing with him, and it's really effective. And I would say the most important thing that he does in his playstyle is the way that he moves around the map. He really, you know, even though the game is kind of new and nobody really is fully familiar with the maps, he kind of uses the the mini map on the top left to kind of judge, you know, whether he has enough time to get to the next piece of cover, but without being exposed enough so that he could kill the people or get behind them like he does here. And the Blackbird is a huge tool for shotgun users. Obviously, it's a huge tool for anybody actually, but more importantly for like close range encounters mainly, I would say, because you're able to choose when to engage an opponent based on which direction they're facing in the Blackbird. And sorry, orbital VSAT, I really have to adjust from saying Blackbird so much from Black Ops 1 to the orbital VSAT in Black Ops 2, which is what it's called now, obviously. So he uses that to kind of judge if the enemy is, I notice a lot of the times if the enemy is looking in a different direction from the direction he is, then he will approach them, but if they're not, then he will just completely ignore it, which I think is definitely the right decision, and it obviously worked out in his gameplay. So a lot of times he just kind of navigates his way, like I said, like I explained before, and that's how you do it. You gotta methodically navigate your way through the map, and then you get to the enemy spawn. Now when you're in the enemy spawn, you want to kind of be careful so as not to make the spawns flip, but usually if it's just you in the spawn, you're able to control it pretty well, and he did a great job of controlling the spawns. And basically what you want to do is kind of pace between the spawns, and you got to take out people slowly, especially with a shotgun. You're not going to be able to take out multiple enemies at a time. You really want to kind of get these people into 1v1 scenarios, and that's the shotgun's strong point. So that's pretty much the main tip I give you guys with the shotgun. When you're using the shotgun, you want to go for 1v1 scenarios, and you don't want to get into any 2v1 gunfights where you are in the disadvantage. So that could really hurt you and pretty much mess you up in the long run. So there's his 100+. Like I said, I thought his gameplay was extremely impressive, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy it. I would truly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. It would help out the player a lot. Be sure to check out his channel. He's extremely underrated, an underrated player, an underrated commentator. He has a great channel. I learned a lot from him, from his shotgun gameplays and etc. He has probably some of the best shotgun gameplays on YouTube, so be sure to check out his channel. Once again, leave a like if you enjoyed it. It would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, but if you hated it, be sure to dislike it, leave some hateful comments, and unsubscribe. Thanks for watching.